Hi, everyone. My name is Britt with Form Health, and today I have Jarrett Price, family nurse practitioner of Form Health Utah in both West Jordan and Orem, to speak with us about detoxing from heavy metals and mold exposure. Welcome, Jarrett.
Hello, well, thanks.
Thanks so much for speaking with us tonight. So let's start off with, where do we encounter these heavy metals and mold in our daily lives?
Right, I know, and it's not getting
Are
any
we
easier.
surrounded?
I
Yeah.
know, yes, we are breathing it. In fact, I just got back from a conference saying that most all comes from the air. We get a lot of toxicity. However, metals do not float, and so some may wonder.
Okay.
The
Right.
molds definitely do, so that wouldn't
Okay.
be a surprise to some.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
it is our environment for sure. It's not this hereditary passed down gene thing. It's what we live in and do, and what we
Right.
pick up from the dirt, from what have you, growing up. And the hard thing with mold and metal, it can start from when we were young. And then we just think this is what I was, right? And so most individuals have no clue, other than that they're comparing themselves to the one next to them. And they're like, I am not near as energetic, nor do I have the brain like they do,
Yeah. Right.
and that's how they start to really say there might be something wrong with me.
There might be something wrong.
It's very subtle. That's what's rough about it.
And I'm sure mimics a lot of other conditions. So what are some of the symptoms? How are these toxins affecting our mind and our body? What are people experiencing?
Yeah, a lot of it. So the mental and mood is huge.
Mm,
Just straight affect. They can't really keep up with, some can't even keep up with their job. They have to like quit and have to take time off.
wow.
Um,
Like that
the
brain
the mo
fogginess.
brain foggy, so
Yeah.
they lose the lack of smell sometimes. That's
Mm,
more with molds. I kind of have to differentiate the two, but
okay.
metals definitely deal with fatigue and
Mm,
with the ability to function cognitively, but then
okay.
also they'll have a lot of joint pain
Mm,
with that one. The molds, they tend to have the lack of smell. They'll have the cognition issue as well, but then they also mimic a lot of Lyme disease
mm,
symptoms. And so even when they're thinking, oh, I have Lyme, it can also be that. So the quick test that I usually ask my patients are, if they go into a moldy room or a moldy house or building, are they sensitive? Does it repulse them? Because most people are like, yeah, it's mold, whatever. But when
right.
they have mold inside themselves, their bodies are already at war with themselves.
Right.
That it's equivalent, that they've shown in literature, equivalent to someone that's a war vet returning from a war, the
Wow.
PTSD amount. So
Wow.
they have quite a bit of fight or flight already triggered, that when they get that smell, they go unglued, that they're like, I can't go in there,
I can't
because
do it.
it's just too much for them. Same with secondhand smoke. That's more mild, but that's as
Right.
well something. So
Wow, I had no idea it was that severe. And of course, so many people I think are aware now that there's so many toxins in our environment. I think the scariest part of it is how you said it's very subtle. That's what's, I think, so frightening about this. So how can someone detox from these toxins? What can be done?
yeah, and before I answer that, there was one other part I just wanted to add to that.
Yeah, of
Uh,
course.
the construction guys, it's a no-brainer, right? They're in the metals, the dirt, that's a no-brainer. But again, I can't say it enough. It can be passed. The metals can be passed from another person's clothes to you. So just
Really?
to keep in contact is a thing. So yep, I know. It's kind of like you always just need a functional corner, otherwise you just won't make it.
Really
You
do,
need
because we
functional
really
health.
are surrounded,
Yeah,
right?
right. So, okay, so what was your question? Sorry to interrupt
How
that.
can you detox? I mean, what can we do to detox from these, get them out of our body? What can we do?
Yeah, detoxing is key. And I think America really struggles with that. And I don't even know where this may go. So maybe people are hearing this in Europe. They do a great job over there. At
Yeah,
least
sure.
the guidelines over there are good. But detoxing for mold is different than for metal.
Okay.
But either one, the starting point is kidney and liver need to be secreting really good. If they're
Okay.
bogged down and their functions aren't that good, we improve that function before we do any movement of the mold and
Right.
metal. Because
Okay.
if we move the mold and metal and we get that secreting from the body, it will just freak out and stress the liver and kidneys. So
Okay.
we make
Yeah.
sure that the liver and kidneys are functioning and secreting well as the colon, because it's
Okay.
some of the colon, like the stool, it absorbs a lot of the defecations of the toxins. So we have to make sure the
Right.
stool is running really good as well.
Okay. That makes a lot of sense. How do you typically evaluate someone that believes they may be exposed to heavy metals or mold? What's done for that?
Yeah, there's well, so if we have enough subjective history, say, yeah, I grew up with a moldy house, and my dad, he worked on the farm all the time. We worked on machinery growing up. Those are like key signs of metals and molds, right?
Mm.
So
Okay.
at that point, we're just like, okay, we're just going to order kits that will be a specialized kit lab that will do they're really specific and sensitive for this kind of thing.
Okay.
Vibrant America is probably the most affordable for most.
Okay.
There's others, but Vibrant America does a very good job that we
Okay.
use here.
Okay.
And that usually takes 3 to 4 weeks with results, and then we go over that with them. It's helpful because every mold and metal is treated differently with the process. Some of it involves a oral anti oh my gosh, the protozoan family, and
Okay.
so we have to do some of those with detoxing, yada yada yada. There's just a ton of different protocol that we go through.
That
I
you go
will
through.
say with metals, for the most part, unless they are a specific small outlier of metal, we just do the EDTA IV. That will start the process of chelating, and you do
Okay.
that 1 or 2 a week, and then afterwards you void that. The metals will be voided in the urine. So
That's incredible. That's really incredible. You can start to get your life back again, hopefully.
oh, and we
Um,
see it in
I'm
real
sure
time.
you do.
Yeah,
I'm sure,
it's cool.
especially with fatigue and joint pain. So, after you have that done and you detox, what can people do to better protect themselves from these two toxins? Do you have some quick tips for people, things that they can avoid, things that they can do?
Yeah. If they don't like Epsom baths, because no one does, just like sit in baths all day long. So
Right.
you can get these foot baths online, commercial grade, and then you can do those from home. If you don't like that, because I forgot to mention the foot baths, those are amazing for mold and metal. They send a pulse throughout the body to rid and secrete out the metal and mold.
That's
And
incredible.
once the liver, kidney, and colon are running, the data has shown the metals and molds being found in the stool
That's
2 to
amazing.
3 days post. Yeah, it's incredible. And that's actually a European guideline that they kind of do over there as well. So
That's incredible.
you can do those 1 or 2 a week. But outside of that, it's really eating healthy and clean. And
Yes.
they have said it's organic. Organic is key. I know no one loves the organic idea because it's more money, but it literally is that gene. It's beyond just what they're spraying on the food that's bad. It's how they're modifying the food.
Right.
Some can more gravitate to a certain metal because it's been modified,
Right.
or just the mold itself grows easier on certain foods because of it. So healthy organic foods, just wash thoroughly is your best approach, and for keeping as our ancestors did,
Yeah, right,
so
exactly. I'd rather pay more for organic now than for a big doctor bill later when I'm really
yeah,
sick.
yeah,
And I'm
that's
sure
right.
drinking really clean water, filtered water also
Excellent.
is a big component too.
There is a component to that, and we have this machine called the Echo. I think ours is like the Echo Dot, or it's something Echo something. It's a machine that we just recently got, and what I love so much about it is it hydrolyzes the water so that it's back to spring water. Usually, most water we drink these days is treated, and it's
Right,
not balanced with the pH, so that
right.
our systems can't detox daily with water.
Right.
So this machine
Yeah.
that anyone can purchase, they're inexpensive in our clinic,
Okay.
and they can just buy these and it will help with that detoxing process.
Well, that's wonderful. And it gives us some hope of what to do to avoid these two toxins in the future. Jarrett, thank you so much. This was wonderful. If you'd like to learn more about treatment for heavy metal and mold exposure and toxicity, please visit forumhealthutah.com. Schedule your free 15-minute consultation there with one of our health advisors. Thank you so much, Jarrett. Have a great day.
All right, thanks. We'll see ya.
Take care. Bye-bye.